What's up, y'all? Hey, Just Jules. Hey, Princess Fula. Hey, Desiree. What y'all up to? Hey, Chandra. Let me just say something. So I joined TikTok like maybe almost 3 weeks ago. And it's really easy to like gain followers on TikTok, by the way. And your video can like kind of low-key go viral easily because I have 2 videos that have like one has 200,000 views and another one has like 600,000 views. But they be really, really, really rude in them comments. And I think because it's kids, like it's younger people, but they be so nasty. Like that's like some of the rudest comments I've ever come in contact with. And then the worst part is like on TikTok, like if you don't like something that you see, like they literally can take your picture, like your video, and then do a side by side, like going in on your video. It's crazy. Somebody low key did that to me already. I've only been on here 3 weeks. But that's a con. But the pro of me being on TikTok, I've gotten so many orders. I literally have to take the time out this weekend and like package everything up. Like I've like my business, like this is like the most booming it's been this year. So that's the pro that's gonna keep me on TikTok. It's worth it. My videos on TikTok were about makeup basically. So one video I was trying this makeup routine that this girl put out there. And so on TikTok, in case you don't know, like you can like use someone's audio and like make your own video using it. So I was listening to her makeup tutorial and like following the directions. I posted it. Did not think I was gonna get all those views, but people like literally. Okay, I know I knew people didn't like Dasani, but I didn't know there was like facts behind why they didn't like Dasani. Like apparently there's like chemicals in it and salt or whatever. When I tell you half of the comments are people roasting me for drinking Dasani, they were literally roasting me for drinking Dasani. And mind you, I literally just threw that in the video just to be like, oh, me feeling this first part of this video with some, so I feel myself drinking Dasani, not knowing half the comments were gonna be me like literally roasting me. But that's TikTok. It's a totally different beast on there. Yeah, they're kids. They're kids. But like honestly, there are like the people that I follow and that I see on my timeline, maybe it's like curated to me by now. Like the algorithm is curated to me. But I see people my age and older a lot of times. Like I might see some younger people here or there, but based off the things that I liked, I guess, they, send me people that are my age. So I don't really be seeing like kitty stuff all the time. So it's like it's just crazy to me. Like it's weird, but I'm gonna continue making these videos because these orders been coming in. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into this video. Well, see, I'm drinking Aquafina now. I'm gonna tell y'all off the top. I never buy my own water. My grandmother, people love my grandmother, so they bring her stuff all the time. And my grandmother never really has to buy water anymore because this guy just brings her like cases of water all the time. And so last time it was Dasani, this time it's Aquafina. I'm not buying this. I'm like literally just drinking whatever's in the house. So I really don't have I don't know. I really don't have a preference for water. I just be drinking it. But anyway, I said all that to say, what's up, y'all? This episode was so boring. I feel like this episode drug on and on and on. Like, I don't like. That's why my review came out late. I recorded my review the same day I watched it, but I just couldn't even get myself to edit. It was so boring. Oh, I didn't even pull nobody's picture up. Let me see. Oh, here they go. I already got them pulled. I didn't even think to pull nobody's picture up. It was a snooze, Lexi. Ugh, I was just like, and honestly, it's like it's the lack of what's the word I'm looking for? It's not the drama, because things don't have to be dramatic for me to enjoy them. It's just the same thing over and over, and people don't realize like how others perceive them. Like it's like they just have I don't know, they're too stuck in their ways or something. Maybe if people were more willing to like compromise and things like that, but all of them are just so stuck in their ways, except for like Amelia and Bennett and Amani and Woody. That's why they're enjoyable to watch. But these other people is so it's so annoying. I think it's the people's personalities. We have a very boring group this time. That could be it. Lack of engagement from the so-called experts. I agree with that too. I'm like, okay, a lot of people are like, well, this was the beginning of COVID. And I'm like, okay, but there's such things as FaceTime and video calls that you can do. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all haven't seen past seasons, but people have been in like serious situations where they need a counselor on their honeymoon and they FaceTime or, video call. If you can do it then, you can definitely do it. I mean, especially when y'all are having like such huge issues. It's not like these are little tiny. No, they're having some major issues. Yeah, they're not even talking about it yet. I feel like this is like the very beginning stages, but even so, like even if we're like dead in the middle of it, we have FaceTime. You have a computer. Like I'm just like I was not enthusiastic about this episode this week at all. That's why it's like low key coming like behind. And I was like, well, let me go ahead and put this review out because, I'm going to get the coin. I'm going to get my coin. But if it was annoying. Like it was a drag. And let me just go ahead and get into it. Like I'm just complaining about it. Let me just get into it then. Let me pull the pictures up. Budget cuts. Maybe they're cutting down on the salaries. Maybe look, something is behind it. Something is behind it because the experts have never been this absent. Oops. Let me see. All right. So let's start with Bennett and Amelia. I didn't even notice that. I didn't know she was calling her Viviana. There was not much going on with them this episode at all. Like I mean, they're doing good. Like they had a really nice little session of them, hugging and, saying affirmations to one another. I thought that was beautiful. But other than that, I really don't have much on Amelia and Bennett. Cause I mean, they didn't really show much of Bennett and Amelia this episode, honestly. They didn't really have much going on. So unless y'all have something, I'm gonna move on. We don't have to stay on them. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Just Jules. And three couples haven't yeah, three couples have not been intimate this season. Usually the majority would have by now. All right, y'all saying next, we can move on then. All right, Woody and Amani. This is where all the chemistry is. I mean, Bennett and Amelia and Woody and Amani, this is where all the chemistry is. I feel like Woody and Amani just sucked all the chemistry that could have possibly been in any other couple and just are hogging it because they have all of it. Like even when they have arguments, it's like I don't know, they're still so in sync. I've never seen people have an argument but still be on the low key, just really open to be on the same page. Like even though I feel like Amani just really be wanting to get her way. They look at each other the way you look at food. Right, right. That's the way I look at food too. They act like they've been married for years. Exactly. It's beautiful. They speak to each other so nicely. They do. They have like they have respect for each other. They really do. I think some of these other couples lack that. They are carrying the show. The only reason I'm tuning in. Right. Like I live for their scenes and everybody else's scenes. I'm like, Woody is gonna give Amani a dog. Come on. Come on. She gonna come home one day and it's gonna be like a little teacup poodle sitting on the couch. When Woody was on her neck, I almost blushed. Like, should I be saying that? Exactly, exactly. That's kind of like how I feel sometimes watching them too. Like, it's really cute to see them like, all up on each other. But then I'm like, have Olivia and Brett, Henry, and Christina even kissed? No. They are a joy to watch. I know. They move like the cameras and production even. Thank you. They are being so authentic. They don't, it's like, this is the way you do it. This is the way you do it. If you're going to go on the show, you being hypersensitive to everything, especially the cameras and production, and you don't need to come on the show. If you quiet and shy, you don't need to come on the show because how are you going to open up to someone you don't know? How are you going to open up to strangers? How? And then on top of that, you're being filmed. Of course, you're going to be uptight. Now, unless you made a commitment to yourself, look, I'm just going to be as free as Bennett and Amelia and Woody and Amani. You don't need to come on this show. Period. They're still in the honeymoon. Their relationship has not been tested. They should still be in the honeymoon though. They should. They only been together less than a month. Woody is so smooth. He is. He is. Amani low key smooth too. She be sticking stuff in. Oh, that didn't sound right. She be slipping, little things in there. She be catching Woody off guard too. Woody and Amani need a spinoff. I would love to see it. I would love to see it. I can't wait to see the pandemic episodes. I'm kind of curious to see those too. I'm not trying to tell people what to do. I'm trying to say, if you're gonna come on a TV show and you're gonna marry a stranger, you need to open up. That's the whole point. Why marry a stranger if you're just gonna be closed off? You gonna end up single again, both of y'all. There's gonna be no point to this. It feels like the season going by so slow. I know. This is week 3. I know. I didn't even think about this. We on episode 11 and this is week 3. I didn't even think about it like that. But you're right. I feel like they are the poster children for Married at First Sight because they are both being themselves and found the person that complements them. Isn't the honeymoon period supposed to last at least a couple of years? That's what people say. I mean, I'm not trying to get too passionate, but you know, I got to do something. This episode was boring. Exactly. You willingly came on a TV show. You knew what it was. How many seasons deep? This is season 11. Season 11. And if you didn't watch a TV show that's 11 seasons in before signing up, what's wrong with you? Because I'm going to watch at least 5 seasons. I'm probably going to watch all the seasons before I even sign up. It's important to give your all while doing this experiment so you can learn a lot about yourself. Even if you and your spouse don't make it, you will learn something for yourself. True. It only works if you go all in. Exactly. Because think about the couples that are still together now. You know, even if they were closed off at first, like I'm thinking about Deanna and Greg, like Deanna was closed off at first, but once she completely opened up and like really gave her all to it and, you know, became vulnerable with Greg, the rest is history. Now they got a baby on the way. Okay. Congratulations. Amani is the cast counselor. She's so cool. She needs to counsel Karen. But let's move on. We love Woody and Amani. They're the ones that are actually keeping us tuned in. I love Deanna and Greg too. All right. I don't know what to say about them, y'all. They Christina irritated me, but low-key Henry's irritating me too. Because I feel like, you know, Henry keeps saying he knows he has a problem, but you're not doing the work. You're not doing the work to trying to fix it. You keep saying it and you keep saying, I know, but you're not doing the work. Okay. Christina, you know, she claims she wants him to speak up. She claims she wants him to talk. And, you know, when he finally does open up to you, you completely shut him down. I didn't see that coming because one, she wanted someone to feel sorry for her and her situation with not taking her medicine and being impatient and having a nasty diva attitude. You wanted somebody to have patience with you and feel sorry for you and your issues and your daddy issues. Don't forget those. But then as soon as Henry brings up something real, something that he actually opens up to you, you completely tell him to get over it. Like, what? The way she came for his neck after he opened up had my mouth to the floor. Me too. Me too. Christina had a chance to be there for him, but she slammed him. He don't want to do the work. He don't. And so for that reason, they just need to end it. Christina needs a slap in the face for the mess she did. I don't even know why they were paired, to be honest. Exactly. She is so nasty. Woody and Amani come off a little too nosy. I could believe that producers are like encouraging them to do stuff like that. Henry has a disconnect with Christina because he seems so much more expressive when he talks to others. Right. So obviously he can, but clearly it's Christina. And, Christina acts in a way which would make me not want to talk to her either, but I'm not married to her. Christina was being petty. Yeah, a lot of people were saying that Christina, because of how Henry responded to her, he was a little bit dry, I guess, about her having to be on meds and that whole thing that happened with Amani. Him saying that her impatience was a deal breaker. So now she wants to say, what her deal breaker is and like hit him where it hurts. And if that's what she doing, girl, grow up. When Henry said he lacked confidence, that was a moment right there for her to hug him or kiss him. Yeah, that was the moment to be like, look, you know, I knew there was something there, but I will work with you and, we can work together to get you to the next point, to the point where you do have confidence. And, hug, whatever. And if you don't want to do that, leave him. But you being nasty to him after he opened up to you, that's not cute. Henry is awkward. Henry is awkward, but Christina was so rude. It was uncalled for. Her true personality is coming out with Henry and production. You know what the crazy thing is? Christina says she's been with people who have been nasty and rude to her and insulted her, whatever. And now it just seems like because Henry is not what you're used to, you're taking on the personality of the men that have treated you bad in the past. Neither of them was ready for marriage, but mostly her. I feel Christina, because if he isn't going to open up or show any confidence, then she can go back to her car. She's begging this man to be vulnerable, then she obliterated him. Right. Because not only did she say get over it, but then she was like, and that's a deal breaker for me. So just leave. Her reaction topped Karen's reaction to Miles' depression. These women are so insensitive, yet so sensitive. Right. She must have been off her meds with his reaction. I wish I wouldn't have read that out loud. But I could definitely see that. IDK, why Karen or Henry signed up for this process if they know their behavior and personalities. I totally agree. I don't think Henry or Karen should have signed up for this. Cause y'all do not have the personality to be opening up to people fast. Y'all know y'all move slow. Henry, you ain't never approached a woman in your life. Karen, it takes you years to get comfortable with somebody. Why sign up for this? She keeps doing things to turn him off. He's already not attracted to her, but she's really making it really hard to like her personality. I don't believe any one of them should have tried out for this show. I don't like her, but he is very stuck in his own ways. I agree. I think Henry also needs to work on himself as well, because I don't know who he's gonna get that's gonna be okay with him being that closed off. Is she still a flight attendant? We never saw her leaving for work. I don't know. There's something going on with Christina. She was not on her meds. A couple of y'all think she went on her meds. Oh yeah, Corona did shut down flights. You right. You right, Wendy. Henry's like watching paint dry. And Christina wants someone who's gonna talk to her crazy, right? She claims she wants somebody different, but I personally think she wants somebody that is gonna talk to her crazy like she been having. Henry and Karen just can't find anyone on their own. and tried out for the show and surprised they made the cut. They surprised they made the cut. Oh, thank you so much, Tamara Whitehurst. Thank you so much for the super chat. No message. I just love you. Oh, love you too. I appreciate it. Yes, Henry is not exempt. Did someone fill out his application for? Maybe Henry is one of those people that, on paper, like he would be one of those people that could catfish very well. He probably is really good in conversations online and things like that. But when it comes to face, it just isn't there. I bet you Henry can talk to you real good through like text messages or, like online or something. I bet you he could. I wish they could incorporate more of their everyday interactions dealing with work, etc. Me too. They used to do that. They used to. That made it feel more authentic too. Whenever because real life is not just dealing with being married at first sight. Us two talking and doing exercises every day. No, you go to work. You hang out with your other set of friends. There's so many other things. Viviana told Henry that whatever relationship he is in, he has to express his emotions. And I feel like he did try. He was vulnerable when he said that he lacks confidence, and it's because he used to be bigger when he was a kid, and I'm sure someone could help him explore even further, but that's just, what he knows about himself. Henry works from home. Okay, I didn't know that. They always have teachers on the cast. Because teachers be wanting to get married. Teachers be married. Something is up with Christina. She's never been on the Unfiltered show, has she? No, she hasn't. Well, I think she was on one. I think somebody said she was on. No, that was Brett that was on one. I don't think she's been on any of the Unfiltered. Her friends were pretty much older, and she made that weird pregnancy joke. You know what? It's looking that way. It's looking like something is off. I can't put my finger on it. Judging by the way he talks with others, Henry might have had the experts fooled. And maybe Henry thought he would be able to, mingle better than he is. Possibly. He possibly could have thought that. And then when he actually got in the situation, he choked. Henry has opened up to everyone on the cast and Jamie on the pre-show, but Christina. It is her personality that is off-putting and makes him uncomfortable. I'm gonna be real. If I came across Christina, I wouldn't want to talk to her. I would avoid Christina. I would. She's one of those people I would avoid. As soon as I got a whiff of that bad attitude, I don't have time. I don't give energy to those kind of people. She's bullying a poor guy. If you watch The Good Doctor, he needed the black girlfriend Sean had. I've never seen that show, but very patient, willing to make the first move. Yeah, I mean, do I think there's somebody out there for Henry that will love Henry as is? I do. Someone that's just meek and quiet and shy. But how you gonna meet that person if you're not willing to put yourself out there? And that's the problem. Like Henry needs to, work on himself to gain confidence, because how are you gonna meet someone? A quiet, shy person, two quiet and shy people, how do they meet each other? Somebody gonna have to approach somebody. One of the worst matches made. I don't know if there's a woman that could match with Henry within 8 weeks. I don't know. I think so, but I don't know. I'm trying to think. Like, would someone as meek and quiet as him want to be with him? Or would they want someone that's outgoing? I don't know. Henry needs to get with his Asian friend and call it a day. From the beginning, Christina has been looking at the camera saying things are great while we can see things are a mess. She just now, her confessionals are just now starting to tell the truth because she was being deceptive at first. To be honest, they need to go separate ways. This doesn't seem to be healthy. I agree. I just leave each other alone. It was a bad match and it is what it is. He makes a ton of jokes and makes eye contact with other cast members. He has had whole conversations with Amani and Benny. He has. You're right. But, some people, it's easier to talk to people that, what's the word I'm looking for? They don't have to, he doesn't have to go home with them. It's more of like a carefree sort of interaction. Whereas he has more on the line with Christina, and I wonder, does that have an effect on it? I don't know. I can't make excuses. Henry needs a woman who can make him feel comfortable so he can relax and be himself. He's awkward, but a good guy. I do think he's a good guy. I do think he's a good guy. Mismatch like raisin on potato salad. Black Liger, you are nuts. Let's move on. I'm tired of being on them. I wish I would have got these people out of the way in the beginning. When I tell you, they irritate me more than anybody else on this show. They irritate me more than anybody else on this show. They irritate me more than anyone else on this show. I feel like Dr. Umar repeating everything 3 times. Dr. Umar always repeat everything 3 times, but they wear me out. And because it's not just Brett, and because Olivia has her ways too, but Brett is the one that irritates me the most right now because he just has a terrible passive aggressive, sarcastic attitude that doesn't help anything. It doesn't help anything because a lot of times I agree with what Brett is saying. Like the general message of what Brett is saying, I can agree with. But the way he says it, it nullifies the whole message because I don't want to hear anything else you have to say with that nasty attitude. Who don't want to hear that? Gifts. Dr. Umar Johnson, you just need to go ahead and be a comedian and make those same videos you're making, but just do parody videos of yourself. He is hilarious. But yeah, let me see what y'all saying. We all know what Olivia meant by that stupid, sarcastic look. Yeah, I mean, he has it all the time. So he was literally gaslighting her, or he's just not self-aware at all. Either he has no sort of awareness of how people perceive him, or he's totally gaslighting the situation. I literally can't tell which one it is. He is so smug. I didn't see the point of, yeah, well, I forgot what she said. What did she say? I didn't agree with it though. When she was like, Brett was like, they were talking about some major issues that they were gonna face eventually. And Dr. Viviana's just like, well, don't worry about that right now. And I'm just like, these some big issues. And then when they were talking about kids, which is a major issue, he wants kids and she doesn't. I don't care what she says. She claims she's open to it, but I feel like she's just saying that because she's a woman. And people tend to look down upon women that don't want kids. They judge them. So I feel like she's saying that just because she feels like she has to say it. And Dr. Viviana is trying to say, well, you know, you can, she says she'll have kids with the right person. I don't believe that. If you don't want kids, you don't want kids. Don't force it. Cliff made an appearance. All I see is, hey, Cliff. What's up, Cliff? We talking about your faves. He thinks he's conventionally handsome and that he's funny. He's not fun. Brett is not funny. He's not funny. He's not. I feel like Brett needs to be roasted one good time. Like somebody need to roast Brett one good time. He need to get roasted. Cause you think you too funny, you playing too many games. I know Olivia ain't got nobody that can roast him. Probably Amani, but I don't think she would do it. I think back to her being scared of. Wait, am I? Did I scroll back too far? Olivia annoys me just as much as Brett. She can be really annoying. I do like Amani and Olivia's friendship. Why would they match someone that doesn't want kids with someone who does? Because she made it seem like she would with the right person. But Olivia, the more she talks, the more she reveals the fact that she doesn't want kids. Like when they went rock climbing and the harness was like messing with Brett's junk or whatever, and he was like, ooh, it's messing with, I'm not gonna be able to have kids. And she was like, good. I'm like, who makes a joke like that if you want kids? I want kids one day. I would never make a joke like that with my husband. You know what I'm saying? The experts are shady. If she doesn't want kids, why? I already read that. Do you see Dr. Viviana was surprised when Olivia hesitated on kids? Glad she was called out. I'll roast him what he looked like. I mean face to face. Maybe that's how she's been able to ensnare men with her. She's already. So I'm trying to figure out what. Yeah, she playing along like there's hope and there's none. And I don't appreciate that at all. You don't want kids? Be honest. Be honest. Brett's family gasses him up. Little does he know his brothers are just as corny and single. Now that's a read. Miles went in on Brett on Unfiltered. What? Which one was this? Cliff, Brett is hilarious. Brett is hilarious. Brett is hilarious. She wants to live her life and travel. She doesn't want kids at all. She's 30. She knows by now what she does and doesn't want in terms of kids. Thank you. And 30, by the time a woman hits 30, we're gonna be looking to be serious about that. That's not something we're gonna play around with. And you're gonna be, if you want kids, you're gonna try to be making plans for that. The fact that she's not says a lot. Brett acts the way he does. Oh, I missed comments going too fast. Brett is putting his foot down. Olivia has her own program, and Brett is not putting up with it. And I don't have a problem with Brett, challenging her, or stating his opinion and how he wants things, to go to, because I feel like she's not trying to compromise at all. And I feel like his way of combating that is like, being sarcastic and, low key rude. But that's not the way you handle that. There's a way you can say those things. Miles made it clear he can't stand Brett. Which one, which unfiltered is that? Did y'all already say it? I missed it. Oh, shout out to Monique. Thank you. Hit the like button. Cliff lives, Cliff lives in an alternate dimension. Yeah, it is what it is. When you turn 30, you ain't playing around. If you want kids, you ain't playing around. It is what it is. I know Cliff be trying to get me started. I just be poking back. There's definitely nothing wrong with not wanting children. Not being upfront with it is what that is wrong. I'm sorry. I can't read right now. But I agree with you. Like, it's not the point that you don't want kids. Like, I don't judge women that don't want kids. I'd rather you not have kids if you don't want kids. Because I feel like that's how we get a lot of, kids that are neglected and, loveless homes. You know what I'm saying? Don't have them if you don't want them. But at least be honest about it with your husband. Instead of Dr. Viviana calling her out that she is not being forthcoming whether she wants kids or not, she gave her an out and said you would have them in the right conditions. Exactly. I'm just like, now we need to be real about this. We need to be real about this, because that is a real, that is something that will break them up at the end of the day. Because if Brett wants a child and she doesn't, they ain't gonna stay together, and they don't need to be together. I think Miles knows things about Brett we haven't found out yet. Yep, because I saw on one of the previews, Olivia was going off on Brett about something, and I need to know what that was. Yeah, I haven't. So was it the last Unfiltered? Because I have it on my DVR. I just haven't watched it. Olivia wants to live in her own place and not have kids. If you want a travel buddy, then why get married? These two needed both Dr. Pepper, and Dr. Viviana. They have too many issues. And Dr. Cal. Get them all together. Yeah, it seems like it. Something went on in Brett's household for him and his brothers to all turn out the same like that. And if Brett didn't work out, he probably would be big like his other brother, because didn't he say he was bigger when he was younger? All right, let's move on, because they worried me too bad. They get on my last nerve. Okay, I'm gonna check this week's Unfiltered. I'm gonna actually watch it, because I do be watching half of it. It be kind of boring. Like, I already seen the episode, but I'm gonna watch it. I think they should speak with them individually too. Yes, they used to do that. Like, I don't know why they changed everything like this so much. Like, if you watch first season versus this season, Married at First Sight has completely changed. It is not the same show that it was in the beginning. Henry was the fat one. I think Brett was fat too. I thought, cause that's why he work out so much. Maybe I'm thinking about somebody else. Brett is a great guy. Okay. I don't think he's a bad guy. I just think he has like a nasty attitude. Brett reminds me of the man version of Malcolm in the Middle. You know what? You know what? I could see him. I could see him being the grown version of Malcolm. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Henry was the fat one. I thought Brett was, but okay. I probably think about somebody else. Miles let Karen off the hook when I missed it. Uh Miles let Karen off the hook when she showed up and expressed why she walked out on him. Miles was hurt and expressed this to Woody, but not Karen. That takes me because Karen she came in and laid down the law and he wasn't able to. When she said unsafe, it's like he wasn't able to like air out his grievances. Not at least not in that moment. I mean, she came in going off like she wouldn't have went out all night. And somebody was like, every season that a man has not come home, Pastor Cal get them together. And nobody has gotten Karen together. And you're right. Because regardless of what made you mad, you not coming home and not telling Miles you're not coming home, that's trash. And if that was a man, everybody would like Pastor Cal would have been went off. You know what I'm saying? So why is she getting a pass? And not taking no Brett or Christina disrespect tonight. I didn't know they used to pick their own houses. Right. They used to that was actually a very interesting part that I hate that they got rid of. The fact that they did have to pick a house together. Like that's like a real life thing that married couples have to do. Why did they remove that? I mean, maybe that's easier for them to film, but I don't know. It was I didn't like it. I think it's Lifetime for sure. Before they were on FYI, Lifetime wants to make it more reality. They did make it more reality showish. It was more like a documentary in the beginning. You're right. It was about having stable relationships, counseling, and helping the couples along, both together and individually. What it was all about. Brett did say he was overweight at one point. I thought he said that because he was so like gung ho about exercise. Karen is real manipulative. If it was Miles' sister, we would have to fall. We would have to fall to the road. Corporate. Someone call her corporate Karen. Oh, these comments are going so fast. Get out of here. Hold up. Let me get this person out of here. We ain't trying to derail. Okay. I think they need to make it sure that people don't live more than 30 minutes from each other. They could rent his house and move into something together. I think that's actually a good idea. Was that you that left the comment on my community tab? I thought that was actually a good idea. Like, If y'all need to find somewhere else, you can rent the house out. Miles would have been dragged like Matt was dragged if he didn't come home. Exactly. Exactly. Thanks, Jess. Miles is not saying how he really feels to not upset Karen. Exactly. Thanks, Kelsey. 143 watching. Y'all leave a like. There's a button to slow down the comments. I don't know. I will have to look, see if I could find it, because I really didn't know that. Let me see. I'll look for that another time. They show finding the apartments is removing an obstacle. It's neutral ground, I guess. But this whole episode, like, I mean, I could see where Karen was coming from with some things, but I just feel like she keeps saying the same thing over and over. But are you actually putting in the work to, like, advance this relationship forward? Because that's all Miles is trying to do. And also, this is what I want to talk about. How did y'all? Some people did not like the fact that Dr. Viviana said, you could set a boundary of, like, not sleeping together. Y'all don't, that doesn't even have to be on the table during the 8 weeks. And that way y'all can explore other forms of intimacy, maybe it's kissing, holding hands, hugging, snuggling, things like that. But at least, she doesn't have to be so concerned about, one, discussing that topic on camera. Obviously, she doesn't like to discuss it on camera. And two, she doesn't have to worry about, like, leading him on. Click settings, dang, as soon as I was reading it. Click settings, click live chat, toggle on the slow one. See, I'm not on YouTube. I'm on StreamYard, so I'm gonna just have to, let me screenshot it. Okay, I'll do that later when I get on YouTube. Miles knows that Karen and their relationship is fragile, so he can't actually express how he feels. Exactly. Miles and Karen's relationship will be determined just like the other couples after quarantine starts. I want Miles to ask if that's the real her. Exactly. She's so concerned about, is that the real him? Well, are you the one that's pretending? Maybe it's a hit dog hollering. I don't know why Dr. Viviana was giving Karen a pass. Miles was crushed when Dr. Viviana says take it off the table. I don't think she meant, like, all together, but just, like, during the 8 weeks. She didn't tell Brett and Olivia that, and they are just as bad as Karen. I think she should have told, like, if you're gonna tell Karen and Miles, you should have told Brett and Olivia, because they're kind of in the same boat. So I do agree with that. Removing intimacy takes the pressure off and allows them to increase other forms of intimacy. I agree with you. I think Dr. Viviana did that because Karen is so uncomfortable, and she said she felt unsafe. It would be a legal issue if they pushed that on her. Okay. She did, because when you say unsafe, I'm telling you, that's like a trigger word and that's going to make me think, when you say unsafe, people going to take all the precautions because, you know what I'm saying? That's, you want to make sure someone is safe. You don't want someone to feel unsafe. Karen is so up and down about where she is in this process. Amani would have been a better match for Miles. Karen is stiff, boring, and wrong. She needs to be alone. Oh. But I agree with the part with you saying, why sign up for this if you weren't going to be more open? All Karen does is deflect his questions. I don't think it was ever on the table. I think Miles would be happy with affection and gradually moving to make some sensual activities. However, at this point, he gets nothing. I agree. Like, Miles would be happy with a forehead kiss. Miles will be happy with a hug. Miles will be happy with you calling him baby. Miles will be happy with you holding hands in the park. Miles will be let me tell you, when I found out that Miles waited 2 years for a girl, he was in a relationship with a girl for 2 years and waited 2 years. Miles is willing to wait. And I don't even think, they never showed it on camera, but I'm sure Miles has told Karen that. I'm sure he's told her, look, I waited 2 years. I will wait. You know what I'm saying? As long as it eventually it comes, I'm going to wait. So forehead kiss without covering his eye. Why did she do that? Why couldn't he just have like a regular forehead kiss? Why did it have to be why did it have to be that? Why couldn't you grab his head and just kiss his forehead? Give him something. That is the same thing I said she is wrong for signing up for this process that is accelerated and she wants to move like Karen the Slug. We ain't gonna say Karen is Iris 2.0. I'm not gonna say that because Iris has already told us her and Keith had done everything except go all the way. So we ain't gonna say Karen is Iris because Iris was a virgin and she did more. But okay, I see what you mean, Ashley. Ashley said the problem with taking sex off the table is that Karen once again gets to avoid talking about intimacy, working on communication. I think the reason why they took it off the table is so that you could talk about it without thinking that I'm trying to push up on you. You know what I'm saying? Like now you don't have a reason to not be able to like at least discuss those type of things because I'm not trying to like, make you unsafe. So now, it shouldn't be a problem to talk about it. We grown, we married. Why y'all analyzing kisses? I cannot. Because she did the most. She treats him like Steve Urkel. I can see where you're coming from with that, Keith. I mean, not Keith, Cliff. But you just don't like Miles. Karen wanted Woody. She was skinning and grinning with Woody on unfiltered. Girl, you better quit. You better not be skinning and grinning too much because Amadi don't look like she play. Karen and Mika are the same. I don't see that. Everyone has mentioned her discomfort with physical touch, including the experts. Cliff is not tolerating any Iris slander tonight. I believe Iris. She don't have no reason to lie. And Keith and came out and said she was lying. You know how I know Iris ain't lying. Keith, he went up under her post and was trying to call her out or whatever. If she was lying, why don't you tell what she lied about? Because she wasn't. Karen gets to love on Miles without the expectation of sex. Thank you. That exactly. That's why I like that Dr. Viviana did that because it kind of gave her no excuse for not talking about it now. And Miles gets to have some sort of, physical touch. She don't have no excuse for not doing it. At least we knew Iris liked Keith. We don't know what is up with Karen. Yeah, I wouldn't put them in the same boat at all. And I'm not gonna disrespect the Mika slander either, because she got matched up with a complete dud. Okay? And if y'all didn't like Mika, y'all really wouldn't have liked me. Cause she really tolerated a lot of stuff that Pinky. Y'all wouldn't have liked me. If y'all don't like Mika, especially if you have me coming down to a studio where you claim you are teaching yoga and you're actually the janitor, I'm gonna have a few choice words. And I'm gonna make sure the cameras are there. Y'all definitely wouldn't have liked me. Keith wanted a record deal. I will fight over Mika. Like the TikTok said. Dang, I can't even get it out. Like the TikTok kids say, and that's on period. And that's on my tray. Mika and Miles or Iris and Miles. Anybody but Karen and Miles. Oh. Pinky, Mika had an attitude for everything. I feel you trying to gaslight by bringing her. First of all, I didn't bring her up. Someone else brought her up, comparing her to Karen. Second of all, someone would have an attitude for lying. If someone was lying to your face every time you turned around, you're gonna have an attitude about it. Well, she was supposed to take it. She was supposed to take it with a smile. Oh, that's fine. Just keep lying. Like what? What did y'all expect from Mika? Mika had a right to have an attitude. Exactly. Mika had an attitude because he was lying from day one. That's why she had an attitude from day one, because he lied on day one. He lied on her honeymoon. He gave her an ultimatum that either they get intimate on the honeymoon or he was going to leave. And then when she confronted him in front of the cameras, he lied. And so from that point on, from day one, that's where the attitude came from. I don't know why that was so hard for people to understand. I don't understand why people still are saying she had an attitude. How would you feel if somebody was lying to your face from day one and did not stop lying? Lied about his job, lied about his salary, lied about where he was going. And y'all wouldn't have an attitude? Come on. Michael used to irk my nerves with pursing his lips. Okay. I believe Mika. I'm taking her side on that. I just can't wait till the Atlanta season. It's gonna be good. There's gonna be an Atlanta season. I thought they already had a season in Atlanta. Are they going back? Oh my goodness. Production would have buried Mika if she didn't call out the things that happened off camera. Exactly. That's why I like Mika. You know why? Mika did not sit up there and like let herself get victimized by Michael. She could have easily sat up there and took it. And she did take a lot of it, mind you. Even though she had an attitude, she took some of it. But when you think about people in the past like Mindy, who took all that crap from Zach, Kate that took all that crap from Luke. Now, while I'm not sitting up here like, I'm not gonna blame the victim. I wish they would have spoke up for themselves and not sat up there and just let somebody walk all over them. I appreciated Mika because she didn't allow this man to walk all over her. She put her foot down. Okay, what Jamaica trip? Because they didn't go. I thought they did extensive background checks and psychological tests. Maybe they're not. Maybe it's, I don't know. But they didn't pick up on that lying spirit Michael had, because he even lied to the experts saying that he was a yoga teacher and he did yoga this many times a week, and then he told somebody else he did it that many times a week. Like, come on, he lied about little stuff. Season 12 is Atlanta and season 13 is Houston. Okay, they going back to Atlanta. That's what's up. I didn't even know that. I'm excited. Cliff, you're not gonna disturb my peace tonight. On my live, talking about I'm not gonna disturb his peace. The thing is, Cliff, we don't know if he got his money back. We don't know. I don't know. I don't believe. It's something fishy about that Jamaica trip. I can't put my finger on it, but it's something that was fishy about it. She said he bought it, so I'm gonna go with what she said. But it was still something fishy about it. His Groupon Jamaica trip. He didn't even pay for the room. He didn't even pay for the rooms. See what I'm saying? I knew it was something fishy. He bought a Groupon to swim with the dolphins and then booked the flights. And you sitting up here defending him? It was a trip to Jamaica, Queens. Michael lied about the gas mileage on his car. Thank you, Marvina. He lied about the smallest things. Pathological. Your friend signed up for the Houston one? Okay. I hope she gets it. I hope she gets matched. That'll be exciting. Maybe you'll be on the show. You could be one of her bridesmaids. No, okay. I mean, I'll believe he paid for. Maybe he paid for the flight. Somebody say he didn't pay for none of that. He just bought the swimming with dolphins, and that ain't nothing. If all you bought was the swimming with dolphins and you didn't purchase the flights, you didn't purchase the room, so the king of Samunda, Queens. He might as well He might as well have booked a trip to Wakanda or Zamunda. Might as well. While we at it. Even if he paid for an all expenses paid vacation, he still told 100 other stupid lies. Yeah, even if this is the one thing he told the truth about, it don't make up for all those other lies. They better not play her. I know. See, that's the only thing, when you get on these shows, you really can't, you don't know how they're gonna edit things. He lied about that funeral. He lied about the funeral? I didn't know that. Karen cooks out of guilt. That's if she does. I don't believe she getting up. If Caitlin was in here, she would just say Karen was cooking because she was hungry and just made enough for Miles. Wakanda forever. Oh, rest in peace, Chadwick. We need a Married at First Sight show for the divorced people. Oh, that would be good. You know what? That's a really good idea. They've done like dating shows for people that got divorced, but getting them matched again, that would be interesting. Pinky gets derailed so quickly. Who is we talking about? Girl, I low key don't even know at first. Like, who was we just talking about? I forgot. Mika was ready. She was just matched bad. You can't help it if you get matched with someone who's not ready. You know. They did a spinoff for Monet. They sure did. Married her first, second time around. Michael had no money because he got fired from his after school job. Oh, we already talked about Harry and Christina, but I'm gonna post this live later so you can go back and watch. Please get the divorced people counseling this time because I think some of these people need a therapist. Seriously. I agree with that. They could do a living house for all the divorced people to see who is a match, including Matt. Matt needs somewhere to stay. He would just be there because he needs somewhere to stay. Karen and Miles are exhausting. They both need to be honest if they want to stay married. I agree. They do, both of them. Because I feel like Miles is not honest with himself either. I just want a spinoff of Woody and Amani since Jamie and Doug. Jamie and Doug got a spinoff? I don't even. I'm not checking for no Jamie and Doug spinoff, but I would love to see Woody and Amani. Matt is still homeless in 2020. I feel like they should do a Love is Blind type. Oh, yes. Like get all the divorced people and do like a Love is Blind. You know what? That would be. I'm here for that. Matt is a homeless sexual. A hobosexual. Ooh. Miles is gonna get tired of being a people pleaser. Yes, that's gonna take a toll. It's gonna take a toll. I'm sick of Jamie and Doug too. Now I like the fact that they were on the first season and they're still together. And I honestly don't even mind her as like a host, but all this extra stuff, I'm sick of it. Woody is just entertaining. Like Woody is really entertaining, and seeing their relationship, I would love to see their relationship unfold even further. Serena, we know you love Miles, girl. You stay in my comments talking about Miles. You one of the Milettes. Franny, I didn't even see your comment, but yes, you get together with Serena, Franny Fresh. Are you in the Milettes? Who all in the Milettes? All the Milettes in the chat, stand up. If you a Milette, put a 1 in the chat. Pinky needs to host a reunion. Ooh, that would be so fun. That would be so fun. But the only thing is, when cringy moments happen, y'all, I really cringe. I probably wouldn't be able to take it. I probably would. When it be cringy stuff, make me itch. Ooh, it's a bunch of ones. I did not expect this many ones. Look at all the milets. Look at all the milets. Look at all the milets. Okay. Okay. Look at all the milets in the chat. You know what? I just picture Miles just laying back and y'all feeding him grapes, massaging his feet, massaging his hands, fanning him. Oh, where did you send me a message, Maisha, on Instagram? Couples cam is a drag. I can't get into it. What's up, Alexis? What you had an epiphany about? The milets. I didn't expect that many milets. That was a bunch of milets up in here. Oh, you wouldn't go that far. Miles is gonna have a big following after this. He really is. But y'all better not say nothing crazy about Karen, because I bet you he gonna be getting y'all together in them comments. The only thing I like about couples cam is Deanna and Greg. Same. Jeff T and Shanice are, they can be kind of interesting sometimes, but all of y'all, you put one, please take a ticket. I am fighting all of y'all. Oh, who just said that was president? Deborah Williams said she's president of the Milets. Miles and Woody be dressed like they in an R&B group on Unfiltered. Y'all are crazy in this chat right now. You feel like Greg didn't really want to have a baby? Why do you think that? He would just have to get some longer pants. Please, I want Miles to go get his pants tailored. I want you to go up a size and then get your pants tailored so they can actually give the look that you're going for. Cause them they catch it right up here on your thighs and your calves. Princess Fula been a loyal Milet. She should get first dibs if Karen fumbles this emotionally stable, humble, good job having young man bag. Princess Fula has been in these comments. She has been in these comments too. I am founder and CEO. Kelsey says she founder and CEO of the Milets. You were the one that came up with that, didn't you? I low-key feel like Miles has a little playboy in him. I think so. Like, I think Miles is one of those people that he's gonna use his charm on his woman. Like, he's not gonna do that with everyone else, but he's gonna use all like those little charming ways. Like, I feel like we would have been saw some of that if Karen was open to it. Me and Alex going on Married at First Sight and show out. Cliff, I would love to see you on Married at First Sight. I like, for real, you need to sign up. I would love to see you. Well, Miles needs to channel his inner playboy because he acting like a simp. Aww. Husky. He do. I know y'all like to drag me for not liking Morris Cashew, but I looked up his son and child by, so I guess I like 50% of him. Can I please have my pinky card back? I have to look up his son because I ain't seen his son. I don't know. Hold on. I'm going to look him up in a second. Miles plays defense for Karen. He seems like he doesn't play about her. Yeah, I know. He's done like articles. He's been in articles and everything. I think that Greg was just nervous since he had to close his business. Possibly that could, I think it would probably be more than one aspect of why he would be nervous to have a baby. I mean, that's not just something you take on lightly. And I think he's a very thoughtful person. He likes to plan. And so, Greg built that house for, his family before he even knew who Deanna was. So he's that type of planner. So he probably just, maybe wants to plan things out first. You should watch the live me and Cliff participated in. Send me the link. Send me the link. Child, I can't do Married at First Sight. If y'all don't like Karen, y'all probably wouldn't like me either. Cause I don't like to tell my business, so I'm not a good match for this show. Cliff, I will be walking up in the aisle with my underwear on. What? I for sure will ride up on my bike. What? Miles gonna have some cougars. Uh-huh. On the previews, Miles is wearing striped pants next week. Why? Miles, I'm telling you, Miles would be fresh if he learned how to get clothes that fit him correctly. I think Miles might be just dressing for how his body used to be and not for where he is right now. He could probably get away with that before. Which lets me know him and Karen are still together. Miles gives me he would defend Karen even if they decided to go their separate ways. Exactly, Pinky. Karen acts like how a real person would act. No, there are real people on this show that are open, but if you know you're not an open person, you shouldn't be going on a reality TV show. Period. I'm the type of person I keep my private. I like to keep my personal life private. I just keep my business private. Period. But so I know I shouldn't go on a reality show unless it's something like maybe where I can, show my talents or something like that. But personal, no. Pinky, go on and sign up for the show. We'd love to see it. Y'all would be treating me like Karen right now. Pinky, you are emotionally mature. I'm working on it. I've been trying to do the work. I think Love is Blind would be good for you. I just don't see myself signing up for nothing like this, y'all. Y'all probably wouldn't like me on that. And plus, I don't like the way, certain edits people get. You can't control like how you're being presented. And I don't like that. Okay, thanks, Kelsey. I'll check my DMs when I get off of here. Lifetime is making all that money and these people don't even get famous. But you're not, it's not, you're supposed to be looking for a husband. So that's more rich. Well, not a husband, like a spouse. But that should make you more rich than, monetary gain. And then on top of that, most of the people that be on the show, they get a nice little amount of followers. So you can monetize your platforms if you want to. You just have to take advantage of that like you would any other reality show, any other like exposure you get. Pinky, you got too much sense to be on that show. It's not that I don't think people have sense, but you have to have a certain amount of like reckless abandon as far as like just being so open and vulnerable with your feelings in front of like a crew of people and a camera, and not to mention millions of people are going to be watching it. Pinky is too young. what you call it was let's see, who was the youngest people? I believe somebody on there was 26. What if they paid you $1 million to be on the show? If I got paid $1 million, I would really have to think about it. Like I would really, but $1 million would make me think about it, right? I wouldn't immediately turn it down. Like if as is, no. But if they offered me $1 million, I would definitely think about it. I would definitely think about it because, you know, the things I could do with $1 million, and then it could turn out to actually be a good match. You know what I'm saying? And even if it's not a good match, I have $1 million. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I could do it either, but I low key, I want to. No one in their 20s should be on this show. You're still growing as a person. I see what you're saying there, Cliff. I could see what you're saying there. But you know, if people want to get married, people get married in their 20s all the time. What? Elizabeth is selling basic Caucasian sex mugs. Girl, get your coin. That's your little catchphrase. Everybody went crazy when you said that. So get your money. Especially right now. I'm not judging nobody for making a little coin. Oh, y'all, we've been on here for almost an hour and 30 minutes. It's 196 people in here. Shout out to y'all. Make sure you leave a like. I'm going to be on here for a few more minutes and then I'm going to jump off of here. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. I guess people in their 20s are wild. It's some people that are very mature for their age in their 20s. The only thing I can agree with you is like when you're like in your early to mid 20s, you know, sometimes you do need a little bit more experience. When you have more experiences, your perspective changes. So I feel you on that. I agree. I think Married at First Sight should be late 20s to early 40s. Yeah. Me in my 20s getting married, hindsight being 20. Oh, I missed it. Being 20, I was emotionally immature and a tad bit toxic. I can admit that being well into my 30s. Hindsight is 2020, you know? The one thing I could say about people in their 20s like these days, like now it's being more encouraged for people to get therapy and work on themselves and like, you know, do the work so you're not toxic and, you know, like more self-examination. So I'm thinking, you know, people in their 20s now probably realize those things maybe a tad bit more now than, you know, people in the past. But I don't know. I think if you do the work, if you actually do the work on yourself and you possibly could be ready. Them 20s bring the drama, they sure do. I told y'all how I was in my early 20s. I was a mess. I was stalking people's social media, doing drive-bys, not with a gun drive-by, just driving by people's house, People got the wrong impression. I got married at 33, was ready. I do think by the time you get in your 30s, you know, you start maturing. But then again, just because you're in your 30s, that doesn't mean you are emotionally mature. Because look at the people on this show. Your brain and body doesn't even fully develop until 25. And you know what? I feel like I've read that before and I've learned that before, but until I actually like turn 25 and beyond, that yes, that is so true. I think totally differently. And I look back on the things that I did before then, it was stupid. It's because your prefrontal cortex, is that it? Your frontal lobe is not fully developed. you still you still do stupid stuff in your 20s. Oh, you 20 something people in the chat, when you hit your 30s you will see what I mean. And maybe so, maybe so. Not truly stalk Black Liger. I mean, like, I would just read all their tweets and try, like, back in the day people always say like where they were. Let's say in college we'd be like, oh, we're going to the union or I'm at the library or whatever. And if I saw my crush was somewhere, I try to like be there so I could bump into them. Which is, when I look back on it, that was kind of stalkerish. That's weird. You don't do stuff like that. Now, I'm not saying I'm not capable of doing nothing stupid ever again, but and then some things you have to do in order to know that was stupid. You was a stalker, Pinky. You look like somebody crazy ex-girlfriend. I plead the fifth. Like, I always think about like, if I ever like really blow up, I hope don't nobody from my past come out and try to expose me. I've been an old lady since I've been born. My name is literally an old lady name. I've been ready. Franny. Watch Ratched on Netflix. Is that a movie or a TV show? I wouldn't even date myself in my early 20s, let alone marry. I definitely wasn't ready to be nobody's married in my early 20s. And like you said, I wouldn't even want nobody to date that Pinky at all. At all. I was not. I was real childish and naive at the same time. I thought I knew everything. Alexis, you must mean you feel old because you are not old. LaVidaRosa comes from, it means the pink life in Spanish, and I minored in Spanish in college. I have a minor in Spanish, and yeah, that was my Twitter username for the longest, and so I just started using it for everything, and it just turned into my brand eventually. There are some old fools just like the new. Mm-hmm. Still think you know everything. That's why we bump heads. Maybe. I can have opinion. I can have an opinion just like everybody else. All right, y'all. I'm about to jump off of here. It's been a great session. Let me tell y'all something. These lives are way more entertaining than the show. Y'all are way more entertaining than the show. I look forward to these lives more than I do the show. So shout out to y'all. Y'all never disappoint. Y'all are always entertaining. And y'all always have like some great perspective, even though we disagree. We can agree to disagree. I still think I still respect you at the end of the day. That's why Cliff can come up in here and everybody still be like, what's up? But yeah, good night, everyone. Love you. And I'm gonna post a video Monday. I'm gonna have a makeup video, and I'm gonna try to make a rant. I keep saying that, but I don't know. But yeah, I'm glad you found this channel too, Tyronda. And I'll see you guys later. Good night.